Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another exciting episode of CSGO News. As always, let's get right into it. And first off, in huge CSGO News today, guys, we have no surprise as former Liquid s1mple actually joined Navi. Officially now, it's been announced on Team Liquid as well as Navi's own websites, and he will be replacing long-term member Zeus. Now, what's kind of funny here is many weeks ago, we had Zeus tweet out this, hinting at it's a big roster change coming to Navi, as well as StarX, who actually tweeted out this. Again, both these players hinted at roster changes coming sometime soon for Navi. I'm not really sure if Zeus actually meant this to be a joke at first, and all of a sudden he was actually replaced by s1mple. And they actually announced that. Kind of funny how that kind of came back, and he actually was one of the first people to mention a Navi roster change. Now, speaking of Zeus, he'll remain on Navi's roster. We have no idea how long his contract with Navi is actually going to last, but as of right now, he's still on the roster. He will be labeled as inactive for the time being. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of interest in this guy. As many of you guys know, he's been Navi's in-game leader and captain for quite some time, one of their long-term members, and so there's definitely going to be interest around the European area for this guy. Hopefully, he finds another team to go to a major to, and hopefully he gets that one major title that he's always wanted with a new team instead of Navi. So congrats to Navi for picking up s1mple. Unfortunately, it always comes. There's two ends of the story. Zeus will be replaced, but again, there's going to be interest in this guy. So a big change here in the roster movement. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about the updates the past couple of weeks, and especially the past few days that have actually caused a riot in the CSGO community between the bugs and glitches that have been exploited the past few days, especially with spray downs. People saying their spray patterns won't reset after they reload. Obviously, a big problem there on Valve's part. To sum up these updates, though, especially the big update that came yesterday, trying to patch all these bugs, it came in, and to sum it up, Valve seems to have buffed burst firing and also nerfed your spray downs. Now, they've also left in one taps for the AK-47. Congrats to G2 Scream. He'll still be doing one taps. But more importantly, guys, like I said before, they have bursted. They've actually buffed burst firing. That is the 1 to 3 bullet range. And they've also nerfed spray downs. So pretty much tap firing, you can now re-aim a little faster after your first tap. So tap firing like 1, 2, 3, re-aiming after each tap has become a little bit buffed, and nerfing spray downs after the 5th or 6th bullet. So if you're doing a spray pattern, after your 5th or 6th bullet, the spray pattern becomes highly inaccurate. So again, one more time, burst firing has been buffed, that first 1 to 3 bullets, and then after 5 or 6 bullets, that spray pattern has actually been nerfed. So for all of you guys who are out there just firing 3 bullets at a time, you're hopefully going to do a lot better. And also some exciting CSGO news, guys. We have identified the first of 4 teammates for former FaZe Maikelele's new team. As many of you guys know, not too long ago, we had Maikelele come out on Twitter and announce he'd be creating his own CSGO team with him in the main opera role, and also potentially 4 other Swedish players. He's always wanted to play with a full Swedish team, and the first of those has been confirmed as a former Escape Gaming player by the name of Slap. If you guys have not heard of this guy, he actually formerly played for Escape Gaming, and this is confirmed by himself, Maikelele himself, on stream with this clip right here.
I will play professional CS, and I can tell you one player I'm gonna play with. It's Slap.
And then we also took the liberty of actually reaching out to Slap himself on Twitter and asked him if he actually was going to be confirmed on Maikelele's new roster, and he told us this. He told us to wait for the announcement, the official announcement, with a smiley face. So we can only assume, guys, we are 99.9% sure that one of those 4 members, the Swedish players that will be playing with Maikelele on his new team, will be a player by this name, by the name of Slap. And in some other roster changes, we finally had former Selfless Gaming player who actually dropped down as a substitute, then finally dropped off the Selfless Gaming roster a long time ago, known as Uber, finally found his new team, which is very expected here, and that will be the North American team known as Complexity. Uber replaced the former player known as Sanks, who has been with the team for nearly a year now, almost exactly a year, just a couple weeks short of that, but he'll now be simply a backup for the team, so Complexity has now picked up Uber. And then probably the biggest CSGO news story we do have today, guys, I meant to announce this a couple days ago. I actually forgot to mention it completely because I was so stressed out making my new software and actually purchasing my new software for my computer and learning that whole thing. I actually forgot to mention this altogether, and that was the retirement or short time leave of HonorTheCall from the CSGO community. If you guys don't know, he's actually taken a short break from the CSGO scene as of right now, as he just concluded a couple days ago his 8-part series against CSGO Lotto, T Martin, Syndicate, and Josh OG, ending the series off with that finale of his Skype logs between him and T Martin. Now, of all these people, T Martin probably shot himself in the foot of everyone else. We had Josh OG and Syndicate kind of just, sway away from it, not mention it whatsoever, kind of let it die down on itself. We had T Martin, who continually went against his own word, lied, and came out on YouTube with all these lies and pretty much shot himself in the own foot. I do really want to thank HonorTheCall for what he did. I consider him to be a good friend, and he will be back, guys. He's confirmed with me. He will be back if he actually finds any more evidence against FaZe Clan and their ties to CSGO Wild. Besides that, though, he's going to be going back to Call of Duty videos, which, again, he does great videos altogether, guys. His news videos are amazing. Feel free to go check him out. So congrats to you, HonorTheCall. Went from 2,000 to over 53,000 subscribers in a span of like 6 weeks. Thank you so much for what you did to the community. I really do appreciate it, and that was huge today in CSGO news. You will be missed, my man. And very last in today's news, guys, we have a very interesting story here as AlienTech is dropping one of their rosters. That's a Brazilian roster. They actually have 2 teams under their organization's title, and that's a Portuguese roster and a Brazilian roster. The Brazilian roster is now being pursued by a League of Legends actual organization by the name of Pain Gaming. Pain Gaming actually had a team participate in the 2015 World Championships for League of Legends, and then later on they got convicted for poaching players. Kind of a funny story there, but apparently the lesser of these 2 squads, the Brazilian roster from AlienTech, is actually being dropped from AlienTech and possibly being pursued by Pain Gaming to be picked up by them. It's kind of funny because when you see the Brazilian scene, you only mention teams like the former Luminosity Gaming, now SK Gaming, the former Tempo Storm team, now Immortals, and they're always shadowing these other Brazilian squads. So you can say that this Brazilian team under AlienTech probably struggled. They had a lot of losses on their record. They were not a known team, but it's kind of funny how a Brazilian team full of losses is probably not even comparable to a North American team with a bunch of losses, and they would not get this kind of pursuits from organizations like Pain Gaming. So apparently AlienTech is dropping their Brazilian roster. They're also being pursued and have interest in them by a League of Legends organization by the name of Pain Gaming. Kind of cool to see that teams can still actually lose a lot of games, but as long as they're competing in a Brazilian scene, they're always sought after. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of CSGO News. I'm now going to currently edit this on my new software, which is Sony Vegas 13 Platinum Edition. Now that sounds super expensive. It only cost me $60. Now Camtasia, the old software I'm used to, would have cost me $299. So thank you all so much who actually DM'd me on Twitter and said, Jake, let me buy your software. Jake, let me help you out. Thank you all for your generosity. I cannot accept any of your offers. I went ahead and paid the $60 myself, which is still a lot of money to me, but luckily it was worth it. Thank you so much to my friend Tzek or Derek. Derek, thank you so much, man. He had walked me through for a good hour and a half last night. I had to work Sony Vegas, at least to the point where I can hopefully produce this video. So this video is on my new editing software. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to actually upload the video. So again, thank you so much to all of you guys who were very generous. I unfortunately could not accept any of your offers. I went ahead and bought it myself. And thank you again to Derek for helping me out and learn this new program and software. So huge thanks to all of you guys who have been watching. Hopefully my content will only go up in the future, and I cannot wait to create quality content for all of you guys. So as always, live, love, laugh a lot. Remember, I like you. I'll hopefully see you guys all tomorrow in a couple days with our CSGO News episodes. As always, remember, I like you. You know what's coming. Goodbye!